When the president was booed in Maiduguri, they said it was opposition that hired people to boo somebody on a trip that nobody really knew was going to happen. I mean, he came from a trip and went directly there. So, and what was the reaction of those in government was to ensure that when he went to Ondo, there were a lot of people to welcome him. The president has gone to Kebbi, and of course, you all have seen that video where a young man apparently was going to have a handshake with the president, according to them. From what others are saying, it's like someone who is angry and wanted to go at the president. And so what is the reaction from those in government? There has been press conference. The man is saying whether praising the president and all of that. The question is, incompetence affects every one of us. And at a particular rally, when the president was pelted with pure water and other things, I had talked about the reaction of those who are supposed to guard him. They were too slow. Same thing yesterday. I mean, the presidential guards are supposed to be very efficient. You know, everything in Nigeria is all, even Africa, is all about optics. We focus more on the show rather than the substance of something. And so you see gun carrying people all around, dignitaries and all of that, but they are not even doing what they're supposed to do. In other countries, you don't even see anybody with the president, but be sure at least 5-mile radius around where the president is has been taken care of. So, the thing is that beyond looking at trying to tell Nigerian stories that we favor you or make the president look good, let there be security upgrading. Let issues that need to be tackled be. I've always said that when we focus more on nepotism rather than merit, this is what happens, right? We all know that. So I have some messages. I mean, you know, it's been the topic of discussion, of course, and people have been talking about this, and there has been reaction. It's mostly in Hausa. You will not understand, but you might need somebody to translate to you. It's quite interesting. Like I did a tweet earlier, and I said that they used to tell us to go to the streets and criticize Buhari and see what will be done to us. Now it is, let Buhari go to the streets and see what Nigerians will do. Sad. It's really sad that somebody who was once looked upon as incorruptible, who was looked upon as person of the poor, Megaskia, who is truthful, has fallen to such an extent. But hey, listen to this.
Shi da zai tafi kamar hoton yake so shi wa ɗauka da shi ya makure ɗan mazauya ya mutu kawai kowa. An jefe ka a Maiduguri an maka ihu. An zo yanzu wani yana nema ya wawure ka ya kashe. Kai kana gani ka san ka gaza. In banda jahilcin ka kawai ya ajiye mulkin nan ba zai iya ba. Ko kuma yawa Usman Banje kawai ya karasa uku. Na so ya masa gayan nan baki. In ba gayan nan na so ya masa wari baki ba Allah ya tsira.
That's one person's reaction there, talking about the president and how the fact that, oh, he was booed in Maiduguri, he still came, and then he's like, basically what he's saying is that the president has failed and let him just resign and hand over to Sibanjo for him to do the remaining 3 years, according to this person. And you could see that where he was talking about the fact, oh, he wished that he had actually broken the president's mouth and all of that. This is another reaction. Okay, what this one is saying is that she wished that it was actually the chest where the heart is, was where the person would have sent his blow in. I mean, to imagine such anger coming from people who overwhelmingly love this particular person honestly says a lot. And I think beyond the trying to wash things out, these are moments of reflection for the president, for him to sit down and say, even if you say people around him are telling him that everything is well. At least he has come out on the street and would have seen certain things. This should be a moment for him to reflect and say, what's going on? The people are not happy. They don't seem happy. What is it that I'm doing wrong? And how can I right it? I mean, trying to make things as if they are really nothing and all of that. It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. People are angry. And the best thing is to say, calm down. And anybody can change at any time. Yeah, you weren't doing well before. If you make up your mind to do well, definitely you will. It's to calm down, begin to do it. And I know Nigerians are so forgiving. They'll forgive anything. Any small thing. They get wowed by anything, any little thing done by their leaders. Here is another one.
Wallahi Allah da ya sani buhun ma ya janyo ya danna shege daga tatsiya inda zai ya tashi. Wallahi.
Well, what this lady is saying that if she had wished that it was even the bag. You know, he was standing behind some like a pyramid kind of bag. That it was the bag that the guy had pulled and it fell on him, and so as to suffocate him, and then they would have seen what will happen. I mean, this is. I don't know. This is not something that should just be wished away. Just do some sort of a press conference and whatever. You should sit down and think and think through and see what the people are saying. This is feedback from the people. Calm down, meet them, apologize to them, begin to do the right thing. Nobody says this cannot be done, but denying and then trying to make what is as if it is not is never the way to go. Here's another one.
Ana shan wahala mana, mu kun shan wahala ma, ai wallahi wa koga dan uwansa ni inda zan gaishe. Ai na je na samu wala Ibrahim Khalil ya dan bano na hadisi mai gwabu inda ya ga nuna mun na kashe shi ni ma an kashe da lafiya da wani ai murje wa dan banza wuya kowa ya huta. Allah wallahi kai yanzu inda ga ne ya samu chance din nan yadda kori gagsa da Allah ya sa mutanen nan basu ankara ba ya zama da hakora tukunna kaga ai abun kunya ne ko da ke ai ko yanzu mu ai abun kunya ne as a president wai civilian normal naka talakan kai wai zai ci warka.
You hear what he said at that last moment where he's talking about that as it's something of shame that as a president that a civilian will come and want to attack you. And of course, part of what he was saying was that one of the things that he said for me that is quite striking is the fact that how he wished that a particular mother will give him an hadith that will say that if he actually kills the president and he is killed, that he will be okay. As in, I mean, okay, he wouldn't have committed any crime, that he will actually do it. And he did talk about the fact that people are really suffering, and for me, I think these are messages that the presidency shouldn't take lightly. It shouldn't. It's not about trying to make things look good. It's about this is moment of truth. He has been on the street. That same street that loves him is the same street that is showing him this much hatred. It's a moment for him to sit back and reflect and begin to do better, not moment for lies and all of that. Here's another one. This one, what this one's reaction is that this youth really tried. How they wish that he had really gotten his tummy and.
Wallahi zai sha damka ko ni na gansa sai inda karfi na ya tsaya wallahi Allah shege haihuwar local gamma.
It's not supposed to be funny. I've heard that before, but anytime I hear it, it's just I just can't help it. I think it's insulting him as like high-wall local government, like as a born of a local government. I mean, Kano people, it's only I love Kano. You understand? I was born and brought up in Kano, so it's crazy place where they no send real radicals. I mean, Kano people no send anyhow you want it, they can give it back to you, and they just anyhow said I know that. High-wall local government means born in local government. You know, as a city, there's that Kano city, those in city, and then the local governments are all of those people in villages. So basically, But what she's saying, and which is quite honestly, which is quite sobering, is the fact that, oh, what has been done to it, it's not even noted that until he comes to Kano, he will see what they will do to him in Kano, and that if she even has access to him, that she will be, except where her strength it gets finished. Things are bad. And I don't know why the government thinks that by putting stage managing things and trying to lie, we get them out of anything. Lies and propaganda will not take anyone anywhere. Incompetence, cluelessness, corruption, ineptitude, and failure will drag you, will bring you down. And it is important that this government check this feedback from people. Don't treat these things lightly and begin to do the needful. And most importantly, they need to beef up the security around the president. It is an office. It's not about the person who is occupying it right now. It's about the sanctity of that office. And we must not allow incompetence to affect every part of this nation. And I do hope that retired Major General Buhari is going to take this feedback from the people and do the needful. The needful being, begin to be the leader that the people voted for. Begin to be an innovative leader. Begin to be a competent leader. Begin to be a leader with integrity who says one thing and it actually means it. Begin to be a leader with empathy who cares about the people and whether they have eaten or they are hungry. Begin to be a leader that they are yearning for. Indeed, the streets are angry and the streets are showing it.